Hello, what is going on? We are back with another insane YouTube video. It has been a while since I uploaded, but today we are doing Nordstrom Q&A. I put out on multiple platforms around 4 or 5 days ago. I said, if you guys have any questions, please drop them in this Google form. And here we are. I am recording this late at night. So we're just going to be going through some questions, have some laughs, have some informative sessions, informative answers. And yeah, we have 104 responses here, but I do not know how many are going to be real questions. I think maybe 15 to 20 of them. I'm not gonna lie. I hope there's more, but I briefly skimmed them a little bit. I haven't read most of them, and some of them, it's gonna be a long video. And it's not really. It's gonna be a long clicking through all of the not real questions. The video itself isn't gonna be very long. I'm hoping I can make it 10 minutes, but long intro, we're done. Question number 1. If there was an impossible level you could beat, which one would it be? Wow. That is definitely an interesting question to start us off here. I have to say, like, I haven't ever really thought about impossible levels. I think the obvious answer is like Silent Circles or something. I mean, I watched the Dolphy remake. Was it Dolphy? I don't know. That was like, what, 4 years ago now? There was a Silent Circles remake that got verified. Never got rated because it wasn't very good. But Silent Circles just has very long lasting legacy. So if I did have to pick an impossible level to beat, I would probably just pick Silent Circles. Question 2. This is a short one, but it is a question, so I will answer it. I'm gonna answer every single question. Every single real question in these responses I'm gonna answer, even if they're very short. Do you love bread? I have to say, I don't. And I know. Bread is going to be getting heated in the comments, okay? You have to listen. Like, there's white bread, potato bread, multi-grain bread. Then you go into hamburger buns, hot dog buns. These all fall into bread. But in the context of the song, I do not love bread. However, if we're talking about, like, a Hawaiian hamburger bun, you have my attention. Question number 3. This is a very interesting question. Which GD TikTok members would you have as pets? I mean, I'm thinking, no one, when I think of a pet, nobody immediately comes to mind. You know what? I'm gonna open TikTok right now, and I'm gonna see if anybody comes to mind. I have my answer. I pick Lus. Lus is my pet that I'm gonna take from GD TikTok. Question number 4. What list level that you have beaten is the most underrated in your opinion? The most underrated. I'm gonna do this based on current list and not all-time list, just so it's a little less complicated. To be completely frank, I honestly think that it is Delta, because all the levels that I've beaten that are higher than Delta, like APT, 7 Club Steps, RX, Sinister Silence, the Plunge, all of these levels, I find them very comparable to Delta. And Delta's just chilling. I don't even know where it is. It's in like the 65 or something. It like barely beat Tartarus, I'm pretty sure. And Tartarus is way easier than Delta. So I really don't know. So I would have to go with Delta for the most underrated. However, it is worth it because Delta is amazing. Okay. Delta is one of my favorite levels on the list right now, behind 7 Club Step, of course. But yeah. This is definitely an interesting one because it has nothing to do with GD. I hope there's a few questions like this because it's more interesting than just me talking about Geometry Dash all the time. I lost track of the number of questions, so I'm just gonna say question. If you won the lottery, what's the first thing you would do / buy? So I can either take the nerd way out, or I can take like the cool way out. Because realistically, if I won the lottery, the first thing I would do is hire an accountant. Because I don't want to go broke with that. You know, like you have all the stories of the people, they win the lottery, then they end up broke. Then they win the lottery again, and they end up broke again. So yeah, the first thing I would do is hire an accountant, which does technically count as the first thing I would buy, but I do feel like that's kind of lame. So the first thing that I would buy, honestly, probably a private jet. I love traveling. I love the Arctic specifically, to be honest. I really want to travel to the Arctic. If I just had a private jet, I could just go on my own time, fly wherever I want. That would be awesome. Next question. Did you hack AOD? No. Next question. What is your favorite extreme demon and why also? Okay, well, this one got cut off a little bit, but what is your favorite extreme? 7 Club Step. you have to hear my reasoning as well, because my definition of my favorite level, part of the reason why I think 7 Club Step is better than levels like Atsuko and Ouroboros Star Plus 2 is because 7 Club Step is a top 35 extreme. I still manage to have fun while playing that. When I play something like Ouroboros Star Plus 2, I beat it in like an hour and a half. So of course I had a blast the whole time I was playing it. But with 7 Club Step, I had a lot of playtime. It took me over a week. I know I sound egotistical now. Having fun on a hard level for over a week, that is unheard of. So yeah, I would go with 7 Club Step. I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking a lot longer to answer these questions than I anticipated, so this video is gonna be a lot longer than I thought. Hello, my name is and I wanted to ask, who influenced you to start playing Geometry Dash? If we're going all the way back to the beginning of time, right? Like when I first started playing, it's gonna be my older sister. But I assume you're also, or you might just be trying to ask, playing it on a higher scale, not just playing it generally. And to be honest, it's really just my day ones. I made my GD TikTok account in March of 2021, and I met people that I'm really still friends with today, and they all just motivated me. They showed me that there is value in becoming good at this game and that it's rewarding in a sense. So even though like playing on an iPad at the time, I always just tried my best to get better and better and better. I don't know, the way that my GD skill works is it was just like spurts of me playing good, which it's been like that since the beginning. I'll be really good for a duration of time, and then I just completely fall off. Then I come back, then I'm off again. But yeah, that answers both of those questions. Next question, what made you initially want to start posting content videos? So at least when I say that I upload a content video, I mean a video like this one, not just a GD completion. Because if it's just GD completions, it's the demon list. That's why I started posting them on YouTube specifically. I honestly have no idea why I made my first GD TikTok account, but I'm getting off topic now. My first real content video was the one where I ranked all of my extremes using a formula. And I think really the main, because that video idea was completely taken from Technical, the GOAT, by the way. Like, completely ripped off from Technical. I think I just saw that and I was like, you know what? That would be interesting. I want to make that video. And after that, I really just said, I want to keep doing this. This is fun. I want to push out long form content. And even though they don't get that many views, I'm still mad about the Hawk to a level swap video getting 500 views, even though that video is a banger. It's fun. It honestly is good fun to edit videos, get them out, see feedback. And it's honestly just a good skill to have, to edit videos, to be able to talk to a microphone. Literally, I'm sitting in my room right now at 12 o'clock in the morning, and I'm talking to a microphone. I don't know. I think it's good to have these skills with projecting your voice and just things along those lines. Will you beat something harder than Acheron? That is a very good question. If it was up to me, I would love to. I would love to beat Tidal Wave. I would have went for Flame Wall when it came out, but I don't think I'm going to go for that anymore. Even like if I can play the game, I don't think I'll go for that. In the grand scheme of things, I do not. Unless maybe Silent Club Step, but that's not harder than Acheron. That would just be like a demon list hardest until it gets lowered below it again. But due to my wrist and my arm, stuff like that, I probably will not be beating something harder than Acheron. If I do, which wasn't part of the question, I would love to beat Thinking Space 2. It's just not going to happen. Realistically, it would be Tidal Wave or Silent Club Step. Question, dogs or cats? Here is my honest response, okay? If we're talking puppies or cats, I'm picking puppies. But if we're talking like dogs, I'm picking cats every time. You got like a nice baby puppy, right? Like, oh, like it's so adorable. I love cats. Cats are amazing, but if you put it next to puppies, I gotta go with puppies. That's why I know, like, I wish I could just give a straightforward answer to, like, I'm actually just talking so much, but yeah, I pick puppies over cats, but I pick cats over dogs. How are you? Oh, that's a nice question. I have to say right now, I'm not doing too bad. I'm having fun recording this video. I'm having a lot more to say than I thought I would. I just hope it's not too boring listening to me talk so much. I'd say I'm alright right now. By like response, like 60, I might not be, but for now I'm good. Thank you for asking. How did you personally improve and have the mindset to stick with stuff? Okay, now we're getting into a total yapping question. We're gonna be here for a while. I think honestly, the two main pieces of advice that I can give to anybody who's trying to get better at this game is don't overwork yourself and don't underdo runs. By don't overwork yourself, I mean your sessions really should never exceed 2 hours. And even 2 hours is a lot for me. When I play levels, I play for an hour to an hour and a half, and I get off. I say I'm done. I don't want to play anymore. And even I can get back on and do another session. When I was playing 7 Club Step, I would do 3 sessions a day, and they were an hour long each. So instead of sitting and playing for 5 hours straight and not making progress, I would do 3 1-hour sessions. Just get on, play a bit, get off, do something else for a while, get on, play a bit. And I mean, it worked. I beat the level in 8 days, having not played the game for a while. But don't underdo runs. I have seen this issue with people so much, and actually I gave this same advice to one of my good friends, and they said that it helped them a lot, which is why I'm gonna say it again in this video. I'm just gonna give a random example. I'm learning a level, okay, and I do 95 to 100. I say, okay, I know how to do this part now. When I start learning from 90, I'm not just gonna do 90 to 95 and say, okay, I'm good. I'm gonna do 90 to 100 several times. I'm gonna make sure that I have that part locked down. And I think this is why I take so long to learn levels, which is frustrating. I do a lot of runs while learning, and you should be doing all of these runs to 100 until really you get to like the 50% mark. Having you do 50 to 100 2 to 3 times, and being able to consistently do runs from 50 before you say, now we're gonna go before 50. I don't really have to do these runs to 100 anymore, but I still need to ensure that I play enough from these start positions. Taking a long time to learn a level is not a bad thing. A bad thing is rushing the learning and then going from 0 and not being able to make progress, because that is the exact recipe for not being able to stick with a level. If you want to stick with a level, you have to ensure especially that you're good at the ending. Obviously you have to be good at the beginning, but arguably being better at the ending is more important, and just not overworking yourself, because if you want to be able to stick with stuff, you cannot overwork yourself. That was a good question. But moving on. How was your day? Dude, we got some wholesome people up in here. I mean, it was a day. I don't know. You go to school, go home, eat some food. I watched a movie today. It was good. It had Adam Sandler in it. It was That's My Boy. That was a good movie. If you're looking for a movie, That's My Boy. That was a great movie. It was very funny. But I'd say my day, pretty much every day, it's same thing, different day. Mediocre. But yeah, thank you for asking. Do you like 6'7"? Yes. Oh my god. Aerial. I am not even trolling. And here it comes. I am the unluckiest aerial gleam player of all time. I have done 34 to 100 back to back with 15 to 100. I've died past 53 over 100 times. I should have beaten aerial gleam like 10s, if not 50 times. And I just didn't. And honestly, for 30 list points, I don't really care anymore. Hopefully I beat it eventually, but that is not on the top of my priority list. Who do you think is an underrated player that everyone should know but doesn't? Alright, so this is gonna be a bit biased because of my personal relationship with this player, but there's not really anybody I have in mind to just throw out there, so this is just gonna be a bit of a shameless shout out. But I am gonna give it to Formula GD. Formula has been there for me since the beginning, since all the way back in 2021, and I honestly have to say a big part of my position in this game right now can be accredited to him. At least me, I always called him the RF coach. He's coach. Every time I needed coaching advice, I went to coach and I said, yo coach, what do I do? And he was always there to give me advice, and he was always there to help me out. I do think he deserves more recognition. I mean, I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but I think he has like 100 subs. We could get him some more than that. He's beating Arcturus, all these levels. He has to finish Walter White though. The lobster bisque was delicious. When are you beating Anathema? Realistically, probably never. I think Anathema is a level that I would love to beat. I love the song. I think it's a very cool level. The gameplay is very cruel. See what I did there? Cool, cruel. Yeah, but I have a list of levels to play, and Anathema it's not near the top. So unfortunately, I have high doubts of me ever beating that. When is the Nordstrom Challenge 2 video? Well, if I can figure out my wrist and be able to suck it up and play a session, it will be after this video. The next video I'm uploading will be Nordstrom Challenges 2. So hopefully I'm able to do that and not just have another video of me talking the whole time. It's coming eventually, okay? All of the there were a lot of challenges like I made, and I didn't play that many of them. So there will be a second video, and obviously more after that. But my only rule with making those challenge videos was that I didn't want to upload 2 back to back. I wanted to have a video in the middle, which is what this is serving as. So how many men does it take to like what, dude? What are these questions? A creator? I mean, dude, CD Music is a tough guy. It would definitely be a lot. What games do you have the most hours on? I think number 1 is gonna be Rocket League. Number 2 is gonna be GD. I have like 4,000 on GD. Number 3? It's probably Valorant, because I just don't know what else it would be. Maybe it's Roblox from like all the way back in the day. On my Xbox, I used to be grinding Lumber Tycoon 2 and Tower of Hell. The top 2 for sure is Rocket League and GD. What's happening with Hell Affinity? I'm still having all of these issues with my arm and my hand. After a bit more time, I'm just gonna give it to somebody else to have them verify it. If I'm able to play soon, I will just be verifying it myself. But it is, for me, coming close to the point where I'm just gonna give it up. And it sucks because I've always wanted to have a verification, and this level also does have historical significance to me, so I would hate to give it up. But I have to get the level out. It's been too long, and I am sorry that it's taken so long, and I hope it does come out soon. What inspired you to get really good? What kind of made you want to push yourself to the point where you were beating list levels? I already kind of said this before, but I just want to say it again. It was really just all my day ones. You have the Rupture race, the Future Funk 2 race, all the way back in the day. Playing on mobile. I really don't know what else inspired me. There wasn't really like people that I was just like, oh, I wish I was as good as that guy. I've always viewed Geometry Dash through a lens of I'm playing this game because I want to improve myself, not because I want to be better than other people. I've always had that kind of a mindset, which is why it might also be easier with me to stick for levels, because rather than looking at other people's progress and being upset that other people are progressing faster than me, I'm looking at myself and saying to myself, I want to beat this level because I want to show myself that I can do it. I don't beat levels for other people. I beat levels for myself. And through Geometry Dash and all of the levels that I've beaten, I have pushed myself a lot, and I'm very proud of the achievements that I have in this game, which is why I really hope I can come back soon, because it's very sad that I'm not done with GD. I have a lot of levels I still want to play. I want to beat Verdant Landscape, Walter White, Jigsaw, and these levels seem insignificant, but to me they're significant because learning levels comes very hard to me, which is why beating something like Verdant Landscape would take me longer than beating Subterminal Point, just because of the sheer amount of learning that you have to do in the level. And that part is unfortunate, but these are levels that I want to beat. Okay, this is the halfway point. Are you Nordstrom? Yes. John W. Nordstrom. That's my full legal name. John Wilhelm Nordstrom. I'm Swedish. TJs or PJs? From Nebular. I'm gonna take them both. What was this is a very interesting question. What was the click for you in GD? What made you realize, wait, I'm the GOAT? I would say like, oh, when I got my first list points. But I don't think that that's the answer. Honestly, I'm gonna go to September 2023. And I think that's where I'm gonna plant my flag, and I'm gonna say that's when my GD career picked up. As I got my first list points April 15th, 2022, I beat Quantum Processing. But after that, I beat like the Hell Zone. Then I picked up Visible Ray. and I dropped it. I didn't beat it. I picked up Yatagarasu. I dropped it. And then I ended up beating those, of course, around December, which is the spurts that I was talking about. I beat Visible Ray, Kuzureta, Yatagarasu, Frozen Cave. Then I jumped to Zodiac in a month. But after Zodiac, I picked up Sinister Silence, which I dropped 3 times before we get to September. And in September 2023 is basically when I would pick up all of the levels that I ever wanted to beat, and I beat them. That includes Silent Club, Ithacropolis, Thinking Space. All these levels, I was just cranking out second hardest, third hardest, over and over and over again. And even after that, I beat Hard Machine in a month as a new hardest. Then I beat Minus Try in 5 weeks as another new hardest. Then 4 days after I beat Minus Try, I got 85 on Sinister Silence. So I think that was definitely that area of time, like September to when I beat AOD, or before I started AOD, because AOD did take me a bit of a long time. That's definitely when my prime kicked in. So I would say that's when I realized that was the click for me. I realized that was the go. Why is your name Nordstrom? So this is an interesting one. And I know there has definitely been a lot of people to think about this, but it is really not more complicated than there is a store named Nordstrom's. And I said, hey, that's a cool name. I'm just gonna make that my name. And I did that probably 7 years ago, and I don't know, I never changed it. It fluctuated between, it was Nordstrom GD, and then I changed it to Nordstrom USA. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would you pick? Honestly, I think I would go with chicken. Because the good thing about picking one food is that I can pick, like if I pick a potato, for example, I'm not picking potato, but if I pick potato, then I get French fries, chips, all of these different things, but I'm picking chicken. There are many different varieties of chicken, and I love chicken. Chicken is delicious. You got chicken wings, chicken nuggets, chicken tenders, grilled chicken, crispy chicken, fried chicken, rotisserie chicken. I mean, the list goes on, and these I'm just naming delicious foods. So yeah, I would pick chicken. What is your most favorite and least favorite? So I already said my most favorite was 7 Club Step, but I have not said what my least favorite level is. And that award goes to Silent Club. Silent Club put me through the most anguish out of any level in this entire game's history. And if anybody's curious, Aerial Gleam is the 2nd worst. Sinister Silence is the 3rd worst. The worst level in the game is Silent Club. No, I'm not dating Nocturina. I am not dating Nocturina. That is no. Oh. What is your favorite movie / TV show and why? TV show? Honestly, I do not know. Because for this question, I don't watch a lot of TV or movies in general. However, recently I have been watching more movies, which is why I do have some movies in my head. I mentioned before, That's My Boy. That was a great movie. But I have to say, the movie that really resonated with me the most was My Cousin Vinny. It's just such a great movie. It's funny. It has a great storyline. I highly recommend. If you want a movie to watch, please go watch My Cousin Vinny. It is such a good movie. What do you do when the consistency camel takes your consistency, puts it in its hump, and walks away? You gotta... When the consistency camel takes your consistency, you gotta make more. When the government takes your taxes, you have to make more money. It's the same thing. The consistency camel is gonna tax your consistency, but you have to work your hardest and you gotta get it back. What is your favorite food? See, I know I said chicken for the other question, but if we're talking about my favorite food in general, I do not think it's still chicken. Chicken is definitely still up there, but I don't know. My favorite, there are so many good foods. Like you have like seafoods, you have meats. It's definitely a seafood or a meat for sure. I don't know what could possibly be better than that. Yeah, honestly, I could not definitively say a favorite food. I could just name some that I love. You got like burgers, steaks, chicken, cod, lobster, just like stuff like that. It's like all very delicious. What's your favorite season? I'm gonna have to go with winter. I just love snow. I love cold weather. It's just, winter's definitely my favorite. What's your biggest fluke and what's your unluckiest completion? For biggest fluke, If we're just talking percentage-wise, it's light travel, which I fluked from 32. If we're going biggest fluke in terms of difficulty, I think 7 club step is up there. I don't think I fluked that many levels, so it might really just be 7. Oh, APT. It might be APT. It's either APT or 7 for sure. APT, a fun fact about APT. I only completed the full bloodbath part of APT 3 times, and 2 of them were from 0. That's a fun fact. For my unluckiest completion, honestly, probably just Acheron. I got so painfully unlucky with Acheron. I should have beaten it so much earlier than I did. I had like 70 list deaths, and way too many of them were just really stupid. If I beat Aerial Gleam, then that might top it. But for now, it's Acheron. What's the inspiration behind Hell Affinity and how it started? If we go way back in time, the original layout of Hell Affinity is called ZXY Hell Infinity ZY, which is the oldest level on Iced Cave's account. And I copied it as a joke. Keep in mind, long time ago. We go way into the future, and I'm streaming something, and somebody says, can you play Change of Cheen? Somebody says, can you play Change of Cheen? With a C. So a lot of you have probably seen the level Change of Cheen on my GD account, which is ZXY Hell Infinity ZY. It's just a copy of it, which is how that level stayed significant in my brain. And then it took me around 6 months for some reason to find Ice Cave's contact, and I only found it through one of my friends who set me up with him, and we just hit it off. It took about a year to finish, and yeah, that's really it. I wanted to see the level be in a finished state. I wanted to balance it, and I wanted to buff it, because ZXY Hell Infinity is really unbalanced. It's much more balanced than Hell Affinity. Do I like vanilla ice cream? Yes. What keyboard do you use, and what is your favorite matchup? My keyboard right now is the Razer Huntsman V2 TKL with red switches. My favorite mashup? Infernal Abyss. Okay, well, that does wrap it up. There were certainly more questions and more to talk about than I originally anticipated, which I'm very happy for. I was worried that too many of the responses were just going to be jokes, and I would have a lot of trouble getting this video to 10 minutes. I should not have too much of a problem. I just hope it's not too boring to watch. If you did watch the entire video, thank you. I do appreciate it. And let me know if you have any content videos, particularly ones that do not involve playing the game, just unfortunately because it's very hard. Please feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm more than happy to hear suggestions from every single person. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, night, whatever time it is. See you.